right, we're live. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Say happy Success Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Success Sunday. Yes. Tell everybody, who are you? What's your name?
My name is Jameson.
And how old are you, Jameson?
5.
And what are you about to do, Jameson?
I'm about to go to sleep.
Yeah, you are about to go to bed. So we wanted you just want to come on and tell everybody good night. Are we right?
Yes.
All right. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Love you, boo boo.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. So he's about to go to bed, and I was about to come on live to do my Success Sunday message, and and so while I was putting him in bed, I said, "Well, you can come on real quick and say good night to everybody." So I'm glad he got a chance to do that. Good evening, everybody. It's good to see everyone. I'm sorry I missed you all last week. I had some. Oh yes, he has grown a lot, and we started school this week, which goes into my message that I want to bring with you tonight. But yeah, last week I had some computer issues. I've had internet issues or email issues all week. So I'm really glad that I was able to be with you guys this week. And wanted to come on real quick for tonight's Success Sunday message. For those of you who might be new or joining me for the first time, I'm Tameika Isaac Devine, work life integration strategist, leadership mentor, I'm very, very big about um, living the life that you desire and you deserve. And that is good because, hey, Carolyn, but that's really important for you in order to live that life is to have what some people like to call work-life balance. Of course, I call work-life integration. And so I'm here every Sunday evening around 8 o'clock to bring you 10, 15-minute max message on something that's sometimes inspirational, motivational, or just real practical tips to help you through the work week. And so, what I wanted to talk to you guys today is about the importance of knowing your non negotiables. I mentioned school started this week. And so this week we were kind of transitioning back to school. Kids are going to bed at a good time. They have a set bedtime. They have a set time to get up in the morning. I have a schedule in the morning that I've got to keep that was different than what I had this summer. I need to make sure lunches are made. I need to make sure that backpacks are done, that I've signed off on the homework that needs to be signed off. So our schedules have changed. And I was talking to a client this week about that. And it made me think, she and I were talking, and she was kind of overwhelmed with the transition of back to school. And this year, her child is back full time, like most of us. Last year, we went back and it was still COVID. And so some people didn't go back on time at the right time at the same time. Some people went back, you went a couple days on, a couple days off. And so now, like after 2 years, we're back full time into a schedule. And so I was talking to a client who was a little overwhelmed this week as she was transitioning back. And as I was talking to her about that, I said, well, start with what are your non-negotiables? If you know your non-negotiables, it helps you kind of figure out what you have to do, what's your schedule, what you can take on as far as work projects, etc. And have that conversation. She was like, what do you mean by non-negotiables? And it made me think that this is the topic I needed to have with you guys tonight because it is so important for all of us, whether you're parents or not, whether you are a business owner or you work for someone else. It is really important for your mental health, for your progress and doing things at work that you need to do to make sure that you understand what your non-negotiables are. And so I wanted to bring you a couple quick tips about non-negotiables. First of all, you have to know what their non-negotiables are. And if you don't know what they are, I want you to think about it this week. What are your non-negotiables? And a good place to start is start with your why. And, I always say your why is, set your priorities. If you know your why, if you really truly know what your why is and why that why is important, then everything else kind of falls into place. And so understanding your why is critical to figuring out what are your non-negotiables. Of course, my why is my family. Family time is very important to me. And so when I'm thinking about non-negotiables, especially with the many hats that I wear, I have to think about, what is worth my time, and what takes me away from my family, and whether or not it's something that I want to be taken away for. And so I have very strict non-negotiables about, what days that I am not going to work late. I'm not going to take clients late. I am very it's very important to me to have, things that we're not going to agree to do at certain times, because we've got to be together as a family. And so when you understand, when you know your why, you can get really clear on what your non-negotiables are. And so that's my first tip for you. Number one, you need to really get clear on what are your non-negotiables. What are you drawing your line in the sand for? If you have a boss that's going to bring you an assignment at 4:50, and that assignment is going to require you to stay late, and you're going to be rushing to pick children up from daycare or aftercare or whatever, that's a non-negotiable, and you need to know that up front. You need to know that, and set those non-negotiables in your work life, in your personal life, and even for yourself, because even, we do that to ourselves too. Sometimes I'll say something non-negotiable, but then I'll say, oh, but that person really really needs me. And I understand that, you want to help people, but sometimes that person's really really needing you, um, is infringing on what's important to you. And so it's important for you to know your non negotiables. So, number one, getting real clear on your non negotiables and setting that why. My second tip today about the non negotiables is, then once you know your non negotiables, you got to communicate them. It's no sense of having a non-negotiable, or having, you drawing your line in the sand, if you don't communicate it. And the people who you work with, the people that you live with, the people who are important in your circle don't know what your non-negotiables are. And so, like, for my staff, they know there are certain days, and I put it on my calendar, that I'm not taking any appointments after 4 o'clock, because a 4 o'clock appointment may run late to 5:15, and then that may make me late picking up kids, or going to a practice, or even going to work out, because that's very important to me to have my me time to be able to go work out. So, my staff knows, on these days we're not doing any appointments after 4 o'clock. I don't care what someone says. If they can't come before 4 o'clock, then maybe they need to come on another day. And so you've got to communicate what your non-negotiables are, so that you people in your circle, you're setting very clear expectations. You communicate what's a go, what's not. They know what to deal with. They know what to bring you. They know what not to bring you. They know what not to ask you if you communicate it correctly. And so that's number two. Communicate your non-negotiables to the folks that need to know what they are. And then my third tip tonight is just understand that you have to review and sometimes revise your non negotiables when things change. And so, like I said, during COVID, non-negotiables could have changed during COVID, because we were working from home, kids were home. You might have had a different schedule. And so I may have had to work really late on some nights, because I knew that during the day when I was schooling from home, I may not be available at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I might have needed to be available at 6 o'clock in the evening. And so, I had to review and revise my non negotiables. Now that things are getting back to normal, I'm reviewing and revising them again, because now that I have a kindergartner that has a little bit of homework, and he has sight words, and he needs me in the evenings to do certain things, and now he's in karate, that changes my schedule. And so I have to understand how I might have to revise some of the previous non-negotiables I had. And so, my task for you this week is to really think clearly about where you are professionally, personally, spiritually, and mentally, and figure out what are your non negotiables, what's your why, and what's non negotiable, and making sure you're able to be clear on what those are, communicate it to those who need to know, and then at different points in your life, maybe even seasonally, you reevaluate them and revise them when necessary. So that is my Success Sunday tip for today. I knew I wasn't going to stay long because the sky opened up and it is pouring down rain, and I want to make sure that I can have my internet. So just wanted to bring you guys those tips for tonight. As usual, I am blogging more, I'm vlogging more, I am doing my inspirational posts. So if you don't follow me on all social media, make sure that you are checking me out. I'm Tameika Isaac Devine on everything: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and then on Twitter, I'm TI Divine. And then also you can go to my website, adivinelife.com. The website is about to be redone a little bit, updated. And so in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be bringing you guys my new website. I'm really excited about that and some of the things that I'm going to be adding to that. But that is my Success Sunday tip. If you want to see more tips, see my previous videos, please check them out on YouTube, or also go to divinelife.com and you can check those out. So until next Sunday at 8, I will see you then for another Success Sunday message. I'm Tameika Isaac Devine. Good night. God bless and have an amazing, amazing week. I'll see you guys later. Bye.